that Jeffrey Epstein...
Forming Jeffrey Epstein.
Is Jeffrey Epstein in the Jeffrey Epstein files?
Epstein files.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question.
Sorry.
Do you think you're the devil?
We've all heard about Jeffrey Epstein, but this is where the story of the disgusting, sadistic Jeffrey Epstein and the powerful, wealthy, and politically connected people in his orbit really begins. To understand the Epstein files and why they matter today, we have to go back to 2005. This is when the first report finally triggered a criminal investigation. March 2005, Palm Beach, Florida. In March of 2005, the Palm Beach Police Department received a complaint from a concerned parent. According to the police report, the parent stated that their 14-year-old daughter had been taken to Jeffrey Epstein's mansion on El Brillo Way in Palm Beach. Once there, the girl reported that she had been sexually assaulted by Epstein during what she had been told would be a massage. These accusations immediately raised alarms. Epstein wasn't just another wealthy resident. He was a billionaire financier with connections to politicians, celebrities, and powerful business figures. But the allegation was serious enough that local police started investigating. May to September 2005, undercover investigation. Between May and September of 2005, Palm Beach police launched an undercover investigation. Detectives began interviewing teenagers in the area, and what they discovered suggested that the first complaint was far from an isolated incident. Investigators spoke with multiple children between the ages of 14 and 17, all young girls, who described nearly identical experiences. They had said that they had been recruited by other girls to go on Epstein's mansion and give him massages. Some said that they were paid hundreds of dollars in cash afterwards. Police concluded that the payments appeared to be part of a systematic recruitment operation, where girls were encouraged to bring their friends in exchange for additional money. During the investigation, detectives ultimately identified at least 35 to 36 child victims who described similar patterns of abuse. The accounts painted a disturbing picture, a long-running scheme involving dozens of children. Years later, one of the most well-known survivors, Virginia Giuffre, would publicly describe how Epstein's network operated and the abuse that she endured. Her testimony, lawsuits, memoir, and interviews would later become central to the public understanding of the case. But in 2005, investigators were still trying to determine how far the operation went. October 2005. The case is referred to federal investigators. By October 2005, Palm Beach Police Chief Michael Ryder believed that the case had grown far beyond what local authorities could handle. At this point, Ryder formally referred the case to the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Florida. In statements and internal communications, Ryder emphasized that the investigators had already identified numerous victims and believed that the case required federal resources. Detectives had gathered witness statements, victim accounts, and evidence suggesting that Epstein had been engaging in illegal sexual activities with minors over an extended period of time. And at that point, the federal authorities stepped in. 2006, federal investigation begins. In 2006, the FBI officially opened a federal investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. Federal agents conducted extensive interviews with victims and witnesses, gathering additional testimony and evidence. A federal grand jury in Florida was convened to review the case and determine the possible charges. Meanwhile, the Palm Beach Police Department continued compiling evidence from their original investigation. May 2006, probable cause affidavit. In May of 2006, Palm Beach Police submitted a probable cause affidavit recommending that Jeffrey Epstein be arrested on multiple felony counts of unlawful sexual activity with a minor. The document summarized the evidence investigators had collected and detailed the consistent accounts from dozens of underage victims. But what happened next shocked many of the investigators that were working on the case. Instead of pursuing the multiple felony charges recommended by the police, the state attorney's office initially filed only a single charge: solicitation of prostitution. For the detectives that had spent months interviewing teenage victims and documenting what they believed was a widespread abuse operation, the decision caused significant frustration and concern. In part 2, we'll break down the testimony, the lawsuits, the public statements from survivors like Virginia Giuffre and how their accounts reshaped the entire Epstein case. Because once those voices were finally heard, the world started asking a much bigger question. How did Jeffrey Epstein get away with this for so long?